Oh, we got Sean. Hi, Sean. So we'll give Noah, I guess, another 3 minutes. We have enough people with three. With three for the applicants, so that you know, vote has to be unanimous when we have three. You can always ask us to vote when we have a full group as well. I would allow that. I guess we'll wait till 7:05, Alana. Is that okay?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna give Noah 3 more minutes. I did text her.
Did she answer you or no?
No, I haven't got, no, I didn't get any response.
Mm.
Is 107 Main Street present here? No? Okay.
Yeah, Alan's here.
We're here.
Oh, all right. We're gonna wrap you up first.
Okay.
In fact, we could do that now because Noah was not here last week and would only abstain anyway, last meeting. So I'm gonna begin.
She wouldn't
tonight's-
necessarily have to abstain if she was familiar with
No,
what happened
she
last
would.
week, but I just don't know if Alana's recording yet and if the meeting's officially.
It's streaming on YouTube,
Yeah.
and now it's
got it.
recording.
Okay. All right, with that said, we're gonna get started. So we are now in session of the Village of New Paltz Zoning Board of Appeals for October 12th, 2021. We have three items, three applicants on the agenda tonight, the various stages of their request for a variance: 85 North Chestnut, 107 Main Street, and 203 Main Street. We have some administrative business and some village board updates to begin as well. I'd like to start first. We have a public hearing that's open. I'm going to leave it open while we do this piece of business. For 107 Main Street, we have I'd like to get a motion to adopt the written resolution for the application ZB21.
I'm sorry, Tony, if I could just interrupt you there. I do believe, yeah, you didn't complete seeker yet. So the first item would be I had sent a proposed EAF Part 2 and a negative declaration.
I thought the seeker wasn't completed for 85 North Chestnut.
I thought we were on 107 Main Street.
We are.
So 85 North Chestnut, the planning board was the lead agency, so the planning
you're
board had
right.
to complete
Okay.
seeker, but for 107, this
I'm
board.
sorry. All right. So do
Sure,
we
no
have a
problem,
negative?
but that would just be, I had sent the EAF Part 2 and negative declaration. If there's no questions with that, it would be a motion to issue a negative declaration.
Oh, all righty. I saw your email for that. So can I get a motion first to issue a negative declaration for the seeker that was done by our group? We are the lead agency for 107 Main Street. You're on mute, Sean. You're on mute, Sean.
Yeah, sorry about that. Motion.
Can I get a second? Cody, you have to second it. There's only me and you here.
Yep, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so that's taken care of. Ash, I can proceed now to adopt your draft, right?
Yes, if the board doesn't have any changes or anything. I know the applicant's consultant did point out 2 typos. I think everyone was copied on those, but the first one was the square footage of the deck. That should be, where's that? Sorry, it should be 1,154 square feet. And the second one, there was a misspelling of found was spelled fund on page 3. So with those corrections, it would be ready for adoption, unless the board has anything else.
Do you have any questions, Sean or Cody, with what we discussed last month? Okay. All right. So with that point, with that going forward, can I get a motion to adopt that written resolution of a decision for application ZB 21-06, which was to grant that area variance?
Motioned.
Can I get a second? Cody?
Sorry, I must be lagging. Second.
Okay. All in favor? Oh, actually, Alana, why don't you do this as a roll?
Sean,
Yes.
And Cody.
Yes.
Okay. And Tony.
Yes, aye. All right, so that concludes 107 Main Street. Thank you. If you have any questions, reach out to the building inspector or feel free to visit us again.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to move on next to 85 North Chestnut. Ashley, we have the public hearing open. Before I get into the sequel, I'm going to ask, is there anybody here to offer any voices about the public, about this variance? Is there anybody here?
I don't see anybody. I still haven't gotten anything in writing or anything like that either.
Okay, well, that's plenty of time. Ash, I'm going to ask for a motion to close the public hearing. Is that all right?
Yes, that would be appropriate.
Okay. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing for 85 North Chestnut?
Motioned.
Second, please.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so the public hearing for 85 North Chestnut Street is officially closed. Now, we had a CEQA that the Town Planning Board was the lead agency on. Ashley, what do you have for us on that?
Sure. The Village Planning Board was the lead agency
Village,
because
I'm
they
sorry.
require site plan and special use permit as well. So they were able to complete seeker at this last meeting. Alana, I believe it was last Tuesday. And
Yes.
the village board did issue a negative declaration, finding that there's no significant adverse environmental impacts from the project. And by doing that and issuing that negative declaration, you're now able to take action on the application.
Okay, one of the things I remember, if my memory serves it, Sean made a good point. We wanted to see an updated plan for the site. So did we have that? I have something here.
Yeah, if we did submit that, this is Andy Willingham. I can share my screen and show that to the board now if you'd like.
Yeah, I have it in front of me, but go ahead, put it up so we have it.
So the update was to show the heat pump units, which need to have a condenser on the outside of the building. So these little rectangles here, I don't know if anybody can see, zoom in. These little rectangles here on the back, we put as many as we could on the back side of the building, with a couple on the north, and then a couple on the front. And then since they're so visible in this location, the way that we screened them was, or the architect, Kim Hoover, which is here, if you have any questions. In the front was to match, these are the units in the front corner here, was to put a dry laid stone wall actually in front of it, so you couldn't see it at all, to match the foundation, or the siding really on the bottom of the building in the front. And then in the back, we decided to do a kind of a fence enclosure. We're using the hardy board material to just screen, basically do a fence enclosure around all of them. You could see them kind of behind it just to show where they are. You really won't be able to see them at all in the back. So there they are, and that's what we're doing to try to screen them.
What is, has this been put in front of the village planning board?
Yes, they saw this last week. Yes.
What was their opinion on it?
They seem to be okay with it, and they did want to see, I'm trying to remember, they had some comments on screening the dumpster, which are also going to match the same siding here, but they seem generally okay with it. We are going in front of the Historic Preservation Commission next week, and I'm sure it'll be refined a little bit further with them and with the planning board as we go, but this is the plan.
Okay, I do want to let the board know that this really is not have a bearing on what we are going to be discussing for the variance that 85 North Chestnut's requesting. It just had been brought up initially because of the height of that attic. or that roof, that there was possible they could put some things in there to kind of for aesthetics. It turned out they couldn't, but we just wanted to kind of see what it looked like and make sure that it was in front of the village planning board as well, and that they saw that updated plan. Sean and Cody, do you have any questions?
Is it possible to zoom out just for a moment so the roof line included in this picture? Okay, so yeah, that was what my question was. So the actual in question is just under 45 feet, but the middle dormers are at about 40, it looks like. So okay, I was just double checking that. Thank you.
What is the official number for the request on the height variance? What did you come in at on this plan, Andy?
44 feet 7 inches.
Okay, so it was 4 feet, basically.
Yeah, 4 feet 7 inches above
Okay,
what's allowed.
And again, this is about 10 feet shorter than the building to your left if you're facing the road, or about 8 feet shorter. Am I correct by saying that?
So the top, you're talking about Zero Place?
Yeah, the building that when you face the road, the building on the left.
Face the road, yeah. Okay, so Zero Place is the same height on that top, like the whole top. I don't even know what you would call that. It's flat on the top. That's 45 feet, so same as this. And then they have some kind of like roof deck and a little elevator shaft above that and part of it.
Yeah, I thought it totaled out at 52 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I had that accurate. Sean and Cody, do you have any questions based on what you're reviewing here?
No.
Okay, does the board, I think Noah just texted me. We can begin to go through our 5 factors and get.
So you had done that already, so I had prepared the
Did we do
decision on
that?
this
Did you
one.
draft did you draft this for this?
I did, but it was sent, I think, I didn't send it with the 107 decision because
No,
at
I
the
didn't see it.
time I
Okay.
thought that the planning board wasn't going to complete seeker based on some comments of the traffic engineer. But then after they ended up doing it, they were able to have the traffic engineer at their
Okay.
meeting wrap that up. I sent the decision.
Oh, okay, I just didn't see, I'm sorry, Ashley, I didn't know if we came up with a decision on that, so that's good. Okay, then,
I don't know if you want to take a minute, or if everyone wants to review that. I don't know whether the other members had as well.
well, Noah wasn't here, so I mean, on our end, we don't have to wait for that, but Sean or Cody, do you have anything, that that you feel has been left unopened, you want to discuss?
No.
I believe it's all pretty clear.
All right, so, with that.
I just want to make
said-
sure everyone though did review the decision before.
Well, I didn't see it, but I remember that we did have a pretty good idea where we were leaning. Provided we got the plan and we got an approved, a negative declaration of secret. If we had those 2 things, I remember that we were pretty confident in where direction we were going in. Does everybody agree with that? Noah, I mean, Sean, Cody? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So with that said, then, can I get a motion to adopt the written resolution for decision for application ZB 21-03 for 85 North Chestnut in granting this variance? Can
Motioned.
I get a second?
Seconded.
All right. Alana, can you call the roll, please, and we'll vote on this?
Yes.
Hold on, we have Noah here.
Yeah,
She
Noah's
just
here.
jumped on.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay, Noah. Noah, we are about ready to vote on a resolution that you weren't here for last week. So I'm just going to ask you, do you have any plans to vote yay or nay, or will you abstain from 85 North Chestnut Street? This is the height variance that they had requested. It's 4 feet 7 inches.
I recall this, and I think we heard them speak, and then I don't remember if we had a public hearing that stayed open for an extra month, but I remember this, but I plan to abstain unless you need me to vote.
Okay,
So you did have the public hearing that stayed open, and you had went over the 5 factors back at the August meeting on this one.
Right.
They kept it open, so that's why, because you wanted to see the new plans and the planning board needed a complete seeker. So I did circulate that decision. Most notably, there is a condition in there that requires the roof to be constructed consistent with the design that's presented in the elevation drawings, because that was related to why the board felt there wouldn't be a negative impact or change in the character of the neighborhood. So the condition allows it to be consistent with that in the event the planning board needs to change things slightly. So it doesn't have to be strictly, but it does have to be conform with that, be consistent with that rather.
And everyone's fine with that in terms of the applicant and our board?
yes.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, I will abstain just because I missed last month, but
We'll have Alana call you in the role.
Yeah,
And,
there's no, unless you feel there's a need to, if you're familiar, if you are comfortable voting based on what you know,
Okay.
and have reviewed thus far, then feel free, but that's up to you, of course.
Yep, I have read the decision, so I'm comfortable with my vote, which is,
Okay.
you'll call.
Yeah, so Alana, how about you call the roll? first?
Okay, Sean,
Aye.
Cody,
Aye.
Noah,
Aye.
Tony.
Aye. All right, so that's unanimous. So the area variance for ZB 21-03, 85 North Chestnut has been approved. That resolution has been adopted with the approval for that variance. Andy, if you have any questions, let us know. Good luck and looking forward to seeing that new building.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Okay, so with that said, that leaves on the agenda an area variance for 203 Main Street, ZB 21-07. Are they present? Andre and just Andre?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can you turn up your volume? Can you, basically what I would do if we were sitting, I would call you up to the front of the desk. And so I have a habit of saying, step forward and sit down. And why don't you tell us about, I've read your variance, as I'm sure our board members have, but why don't you tell it to us in your own words?
Okay, can you hear me okay?
I can hear
Yes.
you fine.
Yes, perfect.
This is a request to return this, the use of the building to a single-family residence rather than mixed use. This is what in 1999, we made it mixed use so I could have my real estate office there. But now I want to, because I find it difficult to rent to businesses, I'd like to change it back to residential single family. And Corey instructed me at the village office that I would need an area variance because the square footage of the property is less than is necessary for that.
What is the square footage of the property?
Oh, I was afraid you'd ask me that. I don't remember what he said.
That's really important.
Perhaps Alana has that?
Well,
And,
I will pull it for the next meeting, but to give you a rundown of how it works, up to 9,999 square feet, it's 3 bedrooms. At 10,000 square feet, you can have 4 bedrooms without a variance. And at 13,000 square feet, you can have a 5th bedroom.
okay.
So that's really important. Now we have an understanding of what the square footage is.
You should have in front of you. You should have a site plan that was drawn.
Well,
by
it's not just the building; it's the entire. Not the building itself. We're talking of the entire parcel.
The
entire
parcel
property.
is 9,583.20 square feet.
Okay.
So a
you're-
little over 9,500 square feet.
Okay. So you're requesting a variance basically for 2 bedrooms.
Correct. Yes.
Go on.
It's the drawings you should have in front of you were drawn by designer Cliff Appledorn and approved by the engineer to cover egress. And essentially what it does is it converts two rooms of the office space into bedrooms for residents rather than have them as offices.
Now, you have 3 bedrooms upstairs already, correct?
I do have 3 upstairs, yes.
What are
And
the
there's-
square footage of each of those bedrooms?
I would have to say 144 square feet.
And what's the square footage of the 2 bedrooms that you want to have downstairs?
About the same, it'd be about 12 by 12, yeah, each.
How many parking spots does,
I'm required to have 6, and Corey indicated that I have, I think I have 9 spaces.
okay. Just have an understanding as we go forward and let you discuss this, that at 144 square feet, you could put 10, if we were to grant your variance, you could put 10 students in there.
Yeah, vertically.
Well, 144 feet, listen, I've seen landlords who want to make a lot of
I've
money.
seen it too. I've seen it too. Yeah. Yeah, the idea is to have 2 more tenants. I presently have 3 tenants upstairs. I've always been managed them very well. I've not have had any trouble with the tenants.
And what's in the first floor right now? What 2 business, is there a lease expiring? Talk to me a little bit about that.
It's vacant. It's the company that I had previously owned the company. I sold the business. I still work for the company, Century 21 Alliance Realty. They've moved out to Highland by Lowe's.
Uh-huh.
So it's vacant right now.
So, do you want to, this would be then a single family house. This is not, there's no
Correct.
kitchen upstairs. I haven't seen it. There's no floor plan for
No.
upstairs. So this
No,
is a single family house that you want to have 5 bedrooms in.
yes, the kitchen is downstairs for the upstairs apartment. So
Yeah, I got I'm looking at your plan and you've got a living room and a foyer.
Right.
Okay.
I'm missing an upstairs plan and I'm missing any measurements.
I don't think we did an upstairs plan.
Okay, I'm not comfortable. I'm very uncomfortable when someone has no measurements and is not showing all the levels. That makes me really, really uncomfortable.
Well, the upstairs is the same floor, essentially the same area as the downstairs, with the exception of the foyer.
Yeah, but there's no measurements on the plans.
Scaled, I think, 1/4 inch scale.
Okay. I am really uncomfortable when plans don't have measurements on it. I need measurements on all the things and I need to see the upstairs.
Okay, 1/4 inch equals a foot, but we can.
Yeah, we're gonna have that one. We want
add-
that. We'll need that
We
updated.
can add measurements.
Yeah, that has to be updated. You can't show me I'm looking at this on the screen. I can't put a scale on it.
Okay.
These are 100, I mean, Sean, I don't know if you had heard that Andre did say they're 144 square feet each. They're big bedrooms.
I'm estimating that. I happen to be in Washington State right now, and I don't have the drawings in front of me.
Okay. What was in the 2 downstairs offices before that?
Real estate office. It
How
was
many
just
people?
it's just one office downstairs.
How
The
many
whole-
people were in that office?
Oh, 12.
You had 12 people in that office?
Yeah. Not all the time. There was always a secretary and a manager, and then there were 12 people working for the company.
They come in and out. How many were permanently there going in every day?
2.
2, okay. Now, Andre, I'm gonna have to, I'll give you my opinion just quickly and before we even, what'll happen is we'll set a public hearing before anything happens, but generally I like to take you should get the temperature of what this board is and how things operate. And I'll be very honest with you, I've always been uncomfortable going to 5 bedrooms in an establishment. That's not to say I'm against this. That's just to say that I'm going to be doing some diligence over the next 3 weeks on this as we look at this, because I've never really had one come up on Main Street on the main road before that's already been utilized and people were already going there to begin with on a daily basis. They weren't living there. They weren't staying overnight. But just so you know, you're also, Ashley, is that, I have a lot of things open up on the screen here, so, and I didn't have a chance to print it all out, but is this request for variance written up properly? Because it's really for 2 bedrooms and it's also, you're changing it now from a business to a residential. So it's really 3 requests.
It's 3 requests that really goes to the use that's ultimately before the planning board, the change of use application, but for purposes of the variance, the only variance that's needed, well, I'll get back to that, but the only variance that's been requested is for minimum lot size, because by changing to just from mixed use to completely residential, adding 2 bedrooms, that's what brings the minimum lot size requirements higher, and that's what they don't comply
Okay.
with. So the other issue I did want to note, because I think back when originally, and the applicant, Verlana, please correct me if I'm wrong and confusing this with another application, but at one point I thought that it was going to be a 2-family use being sought, and at that point there was going to be another lot area variance, but also there was the need for a side yard variance, I thought Corey had mentioned. So I do want to ask Corey to do another zoning code review on this, just to make sure he identifies all variances that are required to the extent there's something else. And I just, again, wanted the applicant to confirm that it's not proposing a 2-family house anymore. It is just a single family, because that would require different lot area.
Do you have a plan up in front of the planning board? Is up in front of the planning board, Andre?
This is the
This
request.
is the plan?
Yeah, this is the plan. I had originally asked for 2 families and to change it to 2-family, which made sense to me. But I was advised that that wouldn't work by Mr. Litton and Corey. And I had no problem making it having it as a 1-family. Just as a matter of note, the house next door is to a 1 Main Street. I think there's 7, possibly 8 bedrooms in that single-family house on a smaller lot.
Thank you. Yep, no, I read that in your request. That doesn't necessarily impact our decision. Sometimes I use it to impact something that might be aesthetics of it. The design of that house might have been grandfathered in. There's a lot of factors. I'll be looking and doing homework on that over the course of the next 3 weeks, and be sitting down with the building inspector and talking about some things about this this variance.
Okay.
But I'm going to leave it open for the floor. Noah, Sean, and Cody, do you have any questions for Andre right now?
I did have one question, and maybe but the upstairs is currently occupied by tenants, correct?
Yes, it is. There are 3 tenants upstairs, 1 in each bedroom. There's a 4th small room that they keep some things in. That's not a bedroom. And there's a kitchen on the 1st floor. They enter and leave by the front entrance on Main Street.
Okay. And you're trying to make the whole structure a single family?
Correct. Correct.
So,
Yeah.
So the current 3 tenants are expanding 2 more tenants?
I'm sorry, you blanked out after the last sentence. I didn't hear you.
The current 3 tenants that are upstairs are expanding more downstairs? Is that what's happening?
I'm just losing the last phrase you're saying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, my connection must be poor. The current 3 that are upstairs are staying, and you're adding 2 more?
They're in a lease until January. They might renew until June. Yeah.
Okay.
And I would be adding 2 more. Yes. To a single lease.
Okay, thank you.
What's been happening over the years with the tenants upstairs is that they replace themselves. Mostly they're graduate students, and they find people to come in, replace them, and they've been exemplary. I almost never advertise for tenants. It's been very,
What do you charge for on your lease?
currently $1,650 a month for the upstairs 3 apartments, three bedrooms. I mean,
It's a good deal for them.
it includes heat and air conditioning also, and electric.
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Yeah, it is.
That's way below market rate.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to That, and if I have tenants downstairs, it'll cover my expenses on the building and make me a profit. Right now, I break even at that without
Just
the.
raise the rent. You'd be making a lot more money. That's significantly below
Hey,
market rate.
don't, listen, we've got something in front of the village board is voting on a lease renewal here. You want to be careful with that, Sean.
That's okay, Sean.
Don't get
All
me
right.
started.
Now, I think this is probably going to be one of the more complex ones that we're going to talk about. I don't know. This may be a little bit before we ever come to a vote on this, Andre. I don't know what your time frame is. If you haven't have it rented yet, you're going to have it rented for January. Pretty close. We're already in October.
I know. That's one of the reasons for my decision to.
When is the work? When would the proposed work? When would you planning on starting it? Just out of curiosity, if you were granted a variance.
Oh, as soon as possible. I could start it in about 2 weeks.
Well, listen, that wasn't asked because we're going to grant a variance. I just wanted to give you an idea, because what's going to happen is I give you the fastest timeline that would ever happen if we do vote on this. And listen, we denied a 5th bedroom to the last person that requested it, and they were a legal 4-bedroom. Would be that we'd open up a public hearing and leave it open for a month. You'd come in, we do an environmental impact on it. What's the secret on this, Ashley?
So this is a type 2 action, so there's no environmental review that has to be done.
Okay.
It would just
So-
be a motion to classify it as a type 2 action.
Yeah. I mean, even if we voted on this in November, and there's no guarantee that we will, you wouldn't draft a resolution until December. So it's awfully a tight timeline right there. And this one is, like I said, a little bit more unique because you've had it rented commercially with people using it. We've never really done a 5th bedroom before. This is not in a residential area per se. It is on Main Street. We're going to need to confirm the amount of legal parking that you have over there. So there's quite a few things there that get bandied about. So I think what I'm going to do, does anybody have any other questions for Andre they want to explore? You want, would take the next month to know to review because this kind of just came on, by the way. Just yesterday, I got put you on the agenda. I know you're trying to move it as quick as possible. If everybody does, if no one else has any questions right now for Andre, I'm going to ask a motion to open up a public hearing.
So it would be a motion to schedule the public hearing.
Right. I mean,
for-
schedule. That's
Schedule the public hearing for November.
November 12th. It's November
10th?
12th.
9th.
9th. 10th. 9th.
Andre,
Yes.
you said this was converted back in, did you say 1999 from a?
99, in 97, I bought the building, and in 99, I made it my real estate office. But since it's a B1 zone, I was able to get it changed to mixed use, having residential tenants upstairs and your business downstairs.
And when you bought the house in 1997, did it have 3 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms?
3 bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
it
was downstairs? Was that a giant living room?
I think Wendell Harp owned it, and I'm pretty sure by some of the paintings on the walls that it was amounted to a frat house.
But it was illegal. It's a legal 3-bedroom. And
Yes. Yeah.
and there's only one bath. There's 2 baths in there now.
There are 2 bathrooms. Yes.
Okay. Are they both full baths?
No, we changed. We took out the bathtub on the first floor and made it just a lavatory for the office. We didn't need a bathtub there.
So your plan, if I'm looking at it here, you'd put a stand-up shower in there now? Oh,
I don't have the drawing in front of me. I think it was a shower or a bathtub. I think it was a
Okay.
shower. I think he changed it to a shower. Yeah.
okay. Cody, do you have any questions for Andre?
I was just reviewing, so you would be able to have five parking spaces. What with the?
I have, I think, 9 parking spaces now, and I was required to have 7 or 6, I think. Corey went over that and actually marked them in red on an earlier plan that I had.
Okay, yeah, I apologize.
That was all
Plan
approved.
is very faint there. Yeah.
So just related to that, I think it would be helpful if Corey, the building inspector, if you, Tony could ask him to do the standard just zoning code review, A, to make sure that there's no more variances that are needed, and then B, also to, clearly show or comment on the available parking.
Yeah, I'll plan to meet with Cody sometime over the next week. And we'll see what, and he's been out there, Andre, correct? I'm gonna speak with him about it as well.
He's been out for fire inspections previously. I don't know if he came specifically for this.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to him about that. Okay. Sean, do you have any questions?
I don't have any good questions because I need better plans, but I'm sure we'll see them the next time.
Okay,
By the
so
way,
go ahead, Andre, I'm sorry.
You just reminded me about fire inspections. We have a monitored fire, safe code monitors of fire, a fire prevention system.
Okay, it's good to know. All right, can I get a motion to schedule a public hearing for November 9th for
Motion.
203 Main Street? Second,
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, so Andre, you'll know, we're gonna schedule a public hearing, and in the meantime, what you need to do as far as signage, make sure all that's taken care of, please.
Sorry, signage?
Well, they'll have to put up notices. Yeah,
I'll
I
let you
guess
know about that.
I understand.
Alana will tell you about that.
I understand.
All righty. Yeah,
And
this is, I mean, Andre, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not in a rush to vote on this. This is gonna require some diligence here. I know we have another month before our next one, but sometimes things come up where changes might be made in that application and in that variance as well. So I'm not discouraging or encouraging you. I'm just trying to just lay it out there. This is something that's kind of new and hasn't been brought up in front of us before. A little different.
Okay, and so do you need the map that Corey marked out, the parking? That's important, and you want dimensions on the plans.
Yeah, we want your plans to be as accurate and as detailed as possible.
Okay.
That's always critical and definitely
Second
done by a
floor.
professional. We encourage that, not put on a cocktail napkin. I mean, we definitely want to, we want them as close to what we're looking at as possible.
Well, you
And,
should have those in preview.
What's that?
That has been done.
Yeah, well, we need dimensions on it, so that's not really professionally done. We would have dimensions on every room, from the living room, the kitchen, the bedrooms, walkways,
Okay.
everything. So,
And just remember both floors, Andre, if you're taking notes on this, both floors.
Yeah, I got
and
it.
we're gonna want to have them on file too, Andre. This goes in, this folders on properties in our at our building office, our building inspector's office, and we need them. And I go through them many times, and I see a lot of things that are not accurate. And that's because this board or other boards just didn't request them and get them on file. So we definitely want to have.
Good. I understand.
All right. Does anybody have any questions or any more business for 203 Main Street for Andre?
You just need to make a motion for seeker for type 2.
Oh, yeah. Can I get a motion to for a type 2 secret on this? That was Sean who's
Motion.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Thank you, Noah. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
And just
Alright,
one
so-
other, just procedural piece is that it is exempt from referral to the Ulster County Planning Board as an area variance for residential minimum lot size. So it does not need to go to the county under GML.
All right, do I need a motion for that, or
Nope.
no, we're just good to go? Just to let that be known. Okay. All right, thank you, Andre. Listen, get those plans. Don't wait for the next meeting. I would get them to Alana as quick as you can, and she'll email them to us, and this way our board can review and get as much done as we can before a meeting and decide what we're gonna, help us along.
Okay, thank you very much. I will take care of it.
Thank you, Andre.
Okay.
All right, we just have two administrative things real quick. Is there a liaison here from the Astana? Do you have any village board updates for us?
Sorry, I was just starting my my video back up. No, I don't have anything for you at the moment. I am curious to see what happens with this new application. I must say, this one we were just talking about.
Yeah. Well, You know, there's a great line. I always quote Abraham Lincoln, and time is a great thickener of things. So we have time. So let's see how thick it gets.
Hey, Tony, just on that point, you mentioned wanting to do a lot of due diligence, and I just love to be a part of that or ride along or something, just so I can get my head around how you think about this in between meetings.
Well, I think I'll tell you what, I'll text you when I usually, the first step I do is go to see the building inspector. And then I
Okay.
pull the file on the property and I look at the history of it and just see what's going on that property. And then I speak with, just come with me, more than welcome to, and I'll
Yeah.
let you know.
I would love to.
We just have to be
And that's
careful,
good.
right?
That's fine for the two of you, but
Right.
no one
Yeah.
else from the board would be able to join that because that would be a quorum and you can't have a quorum doing
Yeah,
business
so
outside of this.
We tag team it, Cody
And you
and.
report back to the board.
Yeah, right. I could call Cody and call Sean or
You go on
whatever.
your own too, right? If as long as we do it twos and twos, it's not that big a deal. It's okay. So we tag team it that way. That way Corey doesn't have 4 meetings. So, all right.
Yeah, poor Corey.
Not Cody, Corey. I got you.
No, poor Corey.
Oh, poor Corey. Yes, you're right about that. He's I gotta tell you, I'm again, when I'm getting personal, I think I've been very happy. He's been always accessible to our board, as I'm sure he is to all the boards, and he's always been very forthright and full of information. So I'm always pleased to sit down, and I learn a little something every time I do go and sit down. And I'm learning more about our zoning codes and know the questions they ask almost right away, just because I sit down with him, and he's very, very good to be with. All right. So with that said, we have approval of some minutes. I know we don't always have to do this, but I'm going to break them out because I know Noah wasn't here. So can I get a motion first to approve the August 10th, 2021 minutes?
It was here for that one, right?
Yeah, you can vote on that one.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'll second that motion.
Second. All right. Any changes? Anybody review them? Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Should ask that question before I vote.
And I believe, was Cody here for that or
I
When
think
was
you
your
were.
first meeting?
was that his first meeting?
You can abstain if you like.
No, if he was here, that's fine. I don't know.
I think his first meeting was last month, so I don't think he
These months
was
have
here.
seemed to fly by for me, so I'm not.
Yeah. Wait till you get
He
older.
would know though, so
I'll
if he's
just
there, then he's good.
For the safety of it.
Abstain. We got 3 people, and we don't even have to put them in minutes. It's just something I like to do. All right. So, and then the second one is, can I get a motion, or if anybody have any questions on the September 14th minutes? And that would be me, Cody, and Sean. No. Okay. So, can I get a motion then to adopt those minutes into the record for September 14th?
Motioned.
Second.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 1 abstention with Noah. And
I
that.
abstain.
Okay, and that concludes the meeting. Noah, I'll probably try to see Corey probably on Monday or Tuesday. I'll let you know. I'll drop you a text. And again, if Cody or Sean, if you want to go on your own as well, you're more than welcome to. Or if Noah can't make it, someone else wants to go with me. As long as we always have 2 people, you're okay. It can't be more than that.
I'm just gonna walk the site a little bit and try to get a better feel for it.
Yeah,
I've
I know
walked
the
by it a
building.
million times, and it's not. I like how we only picked one of the buildings for the minimum lot, the amount of people. Like right next to it is a small house. Or across the street's a small house. It's covered in small houses, but he just talked about the one that has a lot of people in it. That was interesting.
Yeah, no, this is something new. I'm not in a rush to go any direction just yet on this. This is going to something that's going to take a little bit of time. All right. Can I get a motion then to wrap up close the October 12th meeting?
Motioned.
You get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Well, until next time, thank you
Tony, I
to
did-
our counsel, Ashley, and thank you to Alana for
Tone,
guiding
I
us.
did
Go
want to
ahead,
say
Cody.
real quick, I'm not sure who I'm even supposed to tell this to, but I won't be internet access next meeting, so I won't be able to. and I'm
You
gonna
may be able to call in, or you can watch
I'm
it
gonna
on
be-
YouTube.
I'm gonna be in opinions, so I'm not gonna be near anything accessible. So-
Okay.
Okay, well, you've now been thrown off the board because the rule is you got to make the first 3 meetings no matter what. Or you got
Yeah.
No, listen, we'd love to have you. And listen, I think that we're going to need, I think we want 4 votes on this at the very least. So please continue to make yourself educated and aware of everything that's going on here. And please make sure that you review what Alana puts out so that if we do have a vote in December, you're prepared for it.
Yeah, if I am in a spot where I can to access, but I find it very unlikely. I just wanted to give you a heads up. I'll be out.
You'll be hunting. I think you'll be out there hunting somewhere if I had to guess here. Is that a hunting season yet? Not quite, right? It is.
No,
both.
I'm going to be in the bottom of some canyons in Utah.
Oh,
So, yeah.
that's beautiful country. I've actually driven through. That's absolutely. I've never seen rock formations like that. Anyway, the meeting's over. Thank you, guys. I don't mean to hold everybody up, but that is beautiful country out there. Thank you. We'll see you next time. And anybody has any questions, drop me a text and we'll talk because this is going to be an interesting one.
Cody, I just wanted to say hello, and I'm glad to meet you and glad to be working together.
Yeah, hopefully we'll meet in person someday.
Yeah, you know where to grab coffee or something. Just the 2 of us, because none of those other.
Only 2 people at a time. That's it.
All right.
I'm feeling slighted now.
Sean, you can go with me, Sean. It's okay.
No
You
one wants
can
to
go with
hang
me.
out with me.
How you
Yeah,
feeling,
we can
Noah?
have coffee another day. That'd be fun.
How are you feeling, Noah? I know you had COVID. Are you okay?
We
You feeling
did,
good?
yeah, and I'm totally fine. Totally fine.
Good. You're
No.
terrific.
Yeah,
I
I
apologize. I
tasted
meant
my-
to text you and ask how you were doing, but
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, the whole family's recovered just 100%. So, thank you for asking.
all right. That's wonderful. I got your text. Yeah, Monday looks good. I'll confirm it though as we get closer.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great
Thanks,
evening.
everybody. Okay,
Have a
bye
good
bye.
one.